Quotes from A. W. Tozer. First quote. A right conception of God is basic not only to correct theology, but to practical Christian living as well. Second quote. There is scarcely an error in doctrine, or a failure in applying Christian ethics, that cannot be traced finally to false and ignoble thoughts about God. Third quote. It is my opinion that the Christian conception of God, current in these middle years of the 20th century, is so decadent, as to be utterly beneath the dignity of the Most High God, and actually to constitute for professed believers, something amounting to a moral calamity. Fourth quote. The heaviest obligation lying upon the Christian Church today, is to purify and elevate her concept of God, until it is once more worthy of Him, and of her. Fifth quote. Perverted notions about God, soon rot the religion in which they appear. The long career of Israel, demonstrates this clearly enough, and the history of the Church confirms it. Sixth quote. So necessary to the Church is a lofty concept of God, that when that concept in any measure declines, the Church with her worship and her moral standards declines along with it. The first step down for any Church, is taken when it surrenders its high opinion of God. Seventh quote. The idolatrous heart assumes that God is other than He is, in itself a monstrous sin, and substitutes for the true God, one made after its own likeness. Always this God will conform to the image of the one who created it, and will be base or pure, cruel or kind, according to the moral state of the mind from which it emerges. Eighth quote. The essence of idolatry is the entertainment of thoughts about God, that are unworthy of Him. It begins in the mind and may be present where no overt act of